I've gotten this question a lot over the years, men or women. Leanne, how do I, as a Christian, maintain authentic friendships and connections within my family with people who I love, who are good people, but they're atheists or they're just non-believers or they have scattered beliefs, meaning they have very different beliefs that are not Christian. How do I do that? And I say you do it the way you would do any other relationship. Any respectful relationship, you share your life, you share your endeavors, your perspective, your life perspectives, your thoughts, your dreams, your losses, and sometimes the conversation might come up. How do you get through some of the things you get through? You always have a smile on your face no matter what's happening in your life. You seem to get knocked down and back up again, or you don't get knocked down at all, or you're just at this peace, or there's something about you. Whatever they ask you, how do you get through some of those hard times? You can just simply be your authentic self and say, well, I get through it because of what Christ is in my life. I've always been able to lean in on him, and things happen to just work out. Life's not perfect, but with him in my life, I feel this sense of peace and groundedness. That's just being honest. Just they ask you a question, you answer it. You don't have to beat them over the head with the Bible. You don't have to be the guy or the girl that walks into the room and they go, oh God, here she goes. We're going to get another sermon. You don't have to be that person. Okay. You can just be yourself. If they ask you about your life, that's your testimony. You don't have to, as Jesus said, hide your light under a bushel, your lantern under a bushel, and you are the light in the world. When they see you, they should see me, he said. Okay, so you don't need to dim yourself or dumb yourself down. If they say, let's go to the I'm having a birthday at the let me make sure I use the right word. I'm having a birthday at the Nighttime Ballerina, the place where there's a stage and people throw money on the stage for the activities going on there, dancing and twirling around, no judgment. I'm trying to use the right word because these algorithms are very sensitive to certain words. Okay, we all know what we're talking about. Ladies of the evening on the pole. Okay, no judgment. They want to have their party there. And you say, oh, you know what? That's not really my scene, but I don't mind celebrating your birthday, taking you out to dinner, or we can do something else. That's just not my scene. That's it. You don't have to give this big gospel on why it's wrong and, that's wrong what you're doing. God does not force anybody to be in a relationship with them. Okay. He gives you full autonomy. It is their right to be where they want to be. Okay. And by the way, there have been lots of non-believers, multiple testimonies of people who were actually atheists and into other beliefs, and they had an engagement with God and changed their life and gave their life over to Christ. He invites us to share what we believe, but you don't have to force anybody. He takes care of his children. Okay. So just be natural. If you invite them to church, they have the right to say no, right? And they will say no. All right. Gotta go. Ciao.